What's going on, guys? Motonosity here. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are riding the 2021 Aprilia RSV4 1100. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, turn on post notifications, because you guys know I'm in the market for a hyper naked, so there's going to be a lot of first rides coming out as I figure out which bike I want to buy. But today, thanks to the guys at Motivation, I am riding this brand new beast, which next to like the new Fireblade and the H2 that I rode a few years ago is up there with the most nerve-wracking bikes that I have had the opportunity to ride, because there's not too many bikes that are able to match the power that my new S1000 has. That is the fastest bike that I've ridden next to the H2, but this could dethrone that. If you guys want to see all the stuff that they do to this bike, they're already starting on the mods. They got the new Rizoma winglet mirrors on here, and they're posting all that over on their Instagram if you want to check that down in the description. And if you guys want to get any parts, I have the Motivation link down in the description. They sell bikes, they sell parts for all different bikes. But yeah, let's get out on the road and test this thing out. I always like to mess around with the menus when I first get on these things, just to see what we're working with. It's got a nice screen. It looks very similar to the one on the RS660, which I also got to ride thanks to Motivation. And I imagine a lot of stuff will be similar, but that was the first Aprilia that I ever rode. So let's just jump right to it and turn this thing on. Okay, so this is a stock exhaust. Let me close my visor. It's a windy day. This is the stock exhaust. It's not super quiet right now, so I'm curious how this is going to sound on the road, but also really excited to hear how this thing sounds with an aftermarket exhaust. Oh my goodness. Dude, the way this feels, kind of the rumble, the vibration that you get from this exhaust and this engine, feels like a ridiculously powered bike. The gas light is on, so we might have to pick up gas before we do anything crazy. All right, so we're already in street mode. I want to start in street mode. I can change it to sport mode, and then I can also go in the menu and change it into race mode. But we're going to start on street just to get a feel for the bike, just get our feet wet. It's got cruise control, all the electronics that you could ever want, as all leader bikes do these days. It's got the wings on the side, just like every high-powered motorcycle now. But let's go ahead and get this thing out. They do have some aftermarket pegs on here already. And I'm not too familiar with Aprilia bikes, but he said that it's got the race ECU on here, which I guess gives you more options for like turning things off or changing things. I'm not too sure, but it hasn't gotten its first service yet. I don't know if there are any RPM restrictions or anything like that, any speed restrictions, but he has hit 163 on here, and he just said that he didn't notice any RPM restrictions. Now, in terms of like throttle restrictions, like mapping and stuff for emissions purposes, I'm sure it's got something on here, but you never know bike to bike how restricted they're gonna be. All I know is the S1000 was severely restricted, and my R1 was kinda restricted. My goodness, that is incredibly smooth, that sound, dude. After riding that RS660, I was like, man, I can't wait to ride an RSV4, because just the sound on this, daily 100 for you guys. That's so weird. Okay, the quick shifter, the shifts are very, very smooth. However, they feel a little slow. I'm sure that's something that probably could be changed up. Incredibly smooth though. Let's go ahead and hit the fastest highway in the US. There's a chance that those shifts are just slower because I am in the street mode. So they could just be more conservative, just to be more casual and smooth, soft. Street mode feels kind of tame. I don't want to go crazy though, because I need gas first. I really wish I could figure out how to look at how much fuel is left. I got the fuel light, but I can't find anywhere in the menu where it shows me any sort of fuel gauge or anything like that. Some nasty looking clouds out. I hope I don't get dumped on. Downshifts. Very smooth. Very smooth. Nice. This thing sounds nice. I can't wait till there's an aftermarket exhaust on it. I like the shape of the seat too. Pretty comfortable. I think the RS660 was more comfortable. Not in terms of like squishiness, but just like the shaping of the seat. It's wide. It's a really wide seat. Fits some big booties. All right. Put some go-go juice in here. It's nice that this hole is so tight, but now I can't see in there to make sure I'm getting the maximum. Gotta keep taking it out and putting it back in. Okay, that stops perfectly. Not an issue then. Alright, let's switch into sport mode, and then in just a bit we'll switch into a race mode. See if this feels differently. A little bit nervous now. Yep. Wow. How is that so freaking smooth while also feeling raw at the same time? I don't know, there's a little bit more rawness than I feel on my S1000, but still just as smooth. It's nice. It feels like there's some restriction there. It's gradual the way it ramps up, and I don't know if that's like intended or if that's because it's restrictions. Dude. Holy crap, dude. It's like there's just freaking power there. All over. Because I'm low. I'm only at like 6,000 RPM. I mean, granted, I'm only in third gear, but this is nuts. This might be faster than the S1000. I mean, it makes sense horsepower wise. Dude, oh my goodness, this is dangerous. Dangerous in the terms of like I feel fine. There's so much power. I feel like I was maybe at like 90 or 95% throttle, and it was pulling hard at 160. Oh my gosh, it sounds so good. It's so smooth. So I mentioned that I really want to get a hyper naked. This is putting in major points for the Tuono. Dude, do I even want to go into race? This is ridiculous. Okay, we'll try it out. Okay, vehicle mode race. But you can also change traction control levels on the fly just with these buttons over here. That's really nice. Dude, I am nervous. How do I change that? It's got a lap timer. I don't know if I can change that. It doesn't seem noticeably different than sport mode. The shifts, let me pay attention to that, because it feels like downshifts felt faster. Let's see if upshifts feel faster. No, they still feel a little slow. They don't feel as quick as they do on other bikes. Well, the thing that I can't get over is just how smooth this thing is. Like, the throttle delivery is so predictable. You just feel so much more in control of the bike because everything is very predictable. Like, you know exactly how a change in throttle input is going to change how the bike feels. When I rode the RS660, that was such a nice bike to ride. This thing is just as nice, plus like gobs more power. Jeez, man. I love this a lot. I really do. Oh my gosh. It gives a sense of tameness while also just being ridiculous. It feels very close to the speed on my S1000, but I think it's got the edge. I think it does. This is not modified, it's not tuned or anything like that, and my S1000 is. My S1000 does feel like if I just like crank the throttle, my S1000 feels faster. But the power ramps up. I do like the look of the S1000 and the V4 more than this, but this thing it rides so well. The downshifts are some of the best downshifts on any bike that I've ridden now. Now, something that I didn't mention in my RS660 first ride video, but that I'm pretty sure this one can do too, because I noticed on the dash some grayed out icons. You can connect your phone to this and it records a bunch of different stuff. So you can do maps, you can look at like top speed stuff on your phone, and like all that data is there available for you when your phone's connected to this thing. It seemed way nicer than the connection system on my S1000. Like you can connect your phone to that, but the app for the BMW is just like, it just feels so primitive. So good, so good. Man, it feels so light. Like this bike feels like nothing. Like I rode the Fireblade and I liked that, and that felt like it was the first bike that I had ridden that was, you know, as fast as my S1000, but I wasn't really like in love with it. Like I really liked it, but still didn't feel like anything spectacular to me. I know some people might have a problem with that, but this on the other hand, like this is just an absolute pleasure to ride. Daily 100s for days. Make sure you check out Motonosity.com. Link is down in the description. You guys can get all my merch. I got Daily 100 merch over there. Shirts, hoodies, stickers, key tags, reservoir covers. It's all there. Make sure you guys check out Motivation if you want to get any parts for your bike. I'll link them down below. If you guys got any questions about this bike, leave them down in the comments. Let me know what bike you guys want to see me ride next. Other than that, you guys have been awesome. I've been Motonosity, and this has been my first ride on the 2021 Aprilia RSV4 1100. Remember, life's better with horsepower. Keep life lit, and I'll see you guys in the next one.